I actually dealt with this a little bit yesterday, coming back from the barbershop, and did a special episode because, man, at the barbershop in the black community, man, you can either get some of the richest information you will ever find in the world or some of the dumbest information you will find in the world. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't have much patience for stupid today because it's so much stupid around us. It's so much ignorance around us. And when I say the most ignorant information you'll ever find in the world, particularly conspiracy theories, particularly this attitude towards electoral politics, saying that we should not participate because your vote don't matter anyway. This is exactly the type of bullshit that I'm talking about. It's that, you know what? I think people fail to realize exactly how powerful their participation in the system above and beyond voting is. Because what happens is when you say my vote doesn't matter, that normally translates into I'm not going to participate politically at all. And whereas your vote may just be one vote and you may think that the Electoral College does away with your vote, fine. You can argue that and feel that away all day long. But to not be politically active every single day of your damn life is one of the most ignorant things that has infected every community, not just the black community. I'm not going to lay that at our people only, but every community. There's an apathy. One of the greatest tools of the status quo is the apathy that has been sown into the hearts of Americans in general. And that apathy is very present in the black community. And it's a deceptive type of pseudo-intellectualism where people swear that the woke position is to not participate in electoral politics. That's the stupidest goddamn thing I've ever heard in my life, because every single aspect of our life is shaped by the people in Washington, D.C. Tax policy first and foremost, at least right now. There's another time where other policies were first and foremost, but right now tax policy is first and foremost. And for you to assume that the most intelligent, the most enlightened, and the most woke position is for you not to participate in any aspect of that besides the conspiratorial ruminations that go on in our barbershops. My God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And it's so pervasive and presented to us as being the intelligent thing to do. I can't tell you how detrimental that is to every community, particularly the black community. Because black folks, we don't have a lot, right? One thing we don't have economic power. We don't have economic power in the United States at all. Check out my friends over at Breaking Brown. I don't agree with 90% of what they say these days because they're on some anti-immigration stuff. But one thing that they're spot on about is the economic plight of the black community and the fact that 90% of the wealth in America is owned by white people. Black folks don't have economic power, not like talking about. Like we can do a boycott. Okay, cool, right? But our wealth, our collective wealth, is only a drop in the bucket of what's happening in this United States of America. So we don't have the economic power to make the kind of changes through our economic system that we want. We could put all of our money together and still not have the impact of about 3 or 4 white guys that have all the wealth in the nation. Okay, so I'm not saying that we should not organize economically. Let's do it. But if that's the limit of our participation, then we are cutting off one of the most significant tools that we have access to. And that's political. But no, the intelligent thing, according to our barbers, is to not participate at all. Is to believe that the government, is to spend more time talking about chemtrails. This is literally what goes on at some of our barbershops. Now, some of you can get woke. Some of you can actually get some really good knowledge. I'm just talking about the barbershop that I went to the other day, man. I'm like, God, I got to find another barber. Like, he's tight. He gets some fresh lineups, man. He's tight. But sitting there and listening to. And I do, there is a part that I hold myself accountable to, right? Because, and we'll talk about that later, but still, I've seen it all across the country where we are told time and again by people of influence in the black community that voting is irrelevant. And the natural outgrowth of that argument is that we should not participate politically. And I think people fail to realize exactly how powerful they can be if they got active politically. Like, do you know the influence that you can have just by starting off in the local, I don't care, man, I'm telling you, I don't care if it's the Green Party. I don't care if it's the Republican Party. I don't care if it's the Democratic Party. I don't care if it's the Independent Party. I don't care if it's the People's Socialist Party. I don't care what party it is. Do you know the kind of impact that you can have if you go to the local meeting and sit there and see all of the openings, all of the opportunities for you to impact politically right there on your local level? I mean, there's so many chapters of every single one of those organizations that I just listed that are begging people to go. I would prefer that you don't go to the Republican Party. I mean, go to every other left-leaning, go anywhere else. But I mean, I don't want to make it seem like I'm out here pandering for the Democratic Party. Like, go to a political party and get involved and see exactly how influential you could be. But if we limit it to the call, if we limit our participation simply to voting, then we are limited. But if you got active every single day and saw all of the opportunities for you to be active and for your voice to be heard, damn, I can't stress this next part enough, right? There's such a tremendous opportunity for your voice to be heard that I underestimated, and I think most people underestimate. Go, get active and participate. And then it would be a natural outgrowth for you to say, of course I'm voting. Of course I'm voting. Yeah, I'm in Massachusetts and chances are it's going to go to a Democrat anyway. But after all the work that I've done, of course I'm voting. It doesn't make sense for me to do anything else. So our natural outgrowth of our regular activities should be to vote. But voting should not be the pinnacle, the stopping point. That should just be like a side effect of your political participation. I'm not sure if I've ever said it like that, and I'm not sure if people say that on a regular basis, but that should just be a side effect of your political participation. And particularly for the Black community, that's one of our number one ways. Political activism is one of our number one ways of expressing our modicum of power in the United States. Until we get our black banking and all the other stuff people are promoting. I don't begrudge any of those things. I'm just saying we cannot do those things to the detriment of our political participation.